Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to tie Chris Stewart's killer bugger. This is his cross of a killer bug, which is a Frank Sawyer pattern, that's amazing, and a woolly bugger, another amazing fly. A little bit of super glue, we're going to tie it with copper wire. The super glue helps so the wire doesn't roll around the hook. Catching it on, the super glue will grab it. I'm starting at the eye. For a heavier fly, you could start at the bend, come up to the eye, then come back a little bit. We're going to catch in marabou at this point. Just get rid of that tag end. We're going to do a black killer bug. Other good colors are white. You could do olive. Chris recommends when you do the white, he uses red wire instead of copper. You could also weight the shank with lead wraps and use thread. The Frank Sawyer traditional method with a killer bug is to use the copper wire. So we're sticking with that, but you don't have to, of course, if you don't want to. Also, you could use a bead, you could use a jig hook. There's a lot of other options, but this is just the straightforward option. So I'm wrapping that marabou back. Not so worried about length, to be honest. Marabou is pretty easy to adjust. So wrapped all the way back with the copper, holding it there, catching in the yarn, doing a bunch of wraps. Then I'm going to cut that tag end off. And I started it just like I would thread. And now I'm adding more tension as I wrap back towards the marabou tail. And when I get there, now I'm going to do a big wrap to the middle and then soft wraps up to the front, soft wraps back to the middle, and then I'm going to add tension onto the yarn as I head back towards the tail. That keeps the second half of the fly tight and thinner, and the head of the fly fatter and wider. Catch it in with a couple wraps of the copper wire, and now I'm going to do a whip finish with the wire. Touching turns. Get that wire tight and helicopter it off, and then cut off that excess yarn. This is Shetland spindrift. I'm not sure what the color is really called. I'll try and find it out and put it in the description. And then the marabou, like I said, I don't really worry about too much of the length because I like to rip off those wispy ends. So I like to leave plenty of it. I wouldn't cut it. It's very easy to break with your fingers. So just kind of grab it and pinch it off. Pinch off the ones you see fit. And that's the cross of the killer bug and the woolly bugger called the killer bugger, created by Chris Stewart. Thank you very much.